$6,000 to come all the way out to Pulse because it's a half mile to the
Oh,
get to the edge of the property. Yeah.
Well, won't you rent it yourself?
Well, if you know somebody that knows anything about aerial coax that can do 4,000 feet, I'd be happy to do it myself.
Do you know anybody that's within the Optics range that's line of sight?
Well, no, it's all trees.
are you setting up an LOS link?
Yeah. I've thought about doing that and whack about 30 or 40 trees between the front yard and the neighbor across the street and beam it.
Just put it up on a pole.
You have a lot of firewood then.
There's a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Go up
The
higher
only
than the trees.
hole that you could really go down is the telephone line. Beam it down that, but there have to be something to catch it on the other end because the houses don't line up down that straightaway either. But
At one point, a friend of mine lived in Maysville, and I was looking at some property in Kentucky, and it was about 12 miles, but mine was on top of a hill, his was on top of a hill. I can do this.
yeah,
But Maysville at the time, the best they had was 5 meg DSL.
yeah.
And
So that's what I'm at right now.
yeah,
That's what I've done.
They got when I last talked to them, it was 200 meg at the end of the road, or at the street, and they've got one jack left. But it's like a 4,000 foot run, and they're willing to cover up like 3,000 feet of it. So they want $6,000 for the last 900 yards or whatever, 900 whatever.
really.
Yeah. So I don't know
When I was trying to get
cost for power repeaters or what.
yeah, when I was trying to get Time Warner at the time to run cable many years ago, it was
It's
$10,000.
Oh,
it's next year.
when we first priced coax back when we moved out there, it was 400,000
Yeah, it when
Okay.
because it
Yeah.
was $68 a
There's
foot.
nothing on cable with that.
we were
So
we were out in Aurora.
back then.
Yeah.
Well, we were out in Aurora area of Carlisle. Cable was there, but nobody had spliced it into the neighborhood that we were going into, and the company said, "We will cover the first $6,000 or something like that, but it's still going to run you like right around $9,000, $10,000 to run it out." And we were like, "You can keep your cable."
Yeah.
What was horrible?
Start Monday.
Time Warner called and offered to install it for free. And my dad informed that you don't want to do that. And they're like, "Why is that?" He said, "Well, it's over a half mile to the end of the lane." Click.
Why do you have to tell them?
And now they have a disclaimer saying, some restrictions may apply, right? But back in the 80s,
Think they would have come
just
out there?
should have said yes.
Well, that was my argument was this was a brand new subdivision. You're going to get customers if you run out here.
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, we're not making the first cut." It was too new and too unproven of an area, and it was a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know if
They didn't
anybody
Gonna buy up the rest
was
of the
going to
lots.
buy it.
Well, that's what I think is absolutely horrifically hilarious is because all the property beside us used to be, it was like a 120 acre lot. They've subdivided it out and sold it over the last, 20 years. There's like 15 houses on it now. Well, there wasn't phone line for any of that, so they actually are still on like what was before, or like modem shit, where they can't get high speed anything. And it's like they're all like,
Some
"Rawr!"
of those people, HughesNet, which is owned by DirecTV, isn't it? For people that live out.
Yeah. Well, HughesNet
Hughes
is
isn't owned
a
by
satellite.
DirecTV.
Yeah, no, I
I
don't
thought it was owned by.
think so.
They're
Somebody
still
live
their
out.
own thing.
Hughes
in the
was
middle
bought
of
out by
nowhere.
General Motors years ago. I was working for GM at the time, so I don't know if GM still
Do you
owns
just
it or
want
not.
to take the HDMI cable? I've got it.
They
I've got it
people
running,
that
but
live in
it,
Montana
but
live
it's
on top of
Will they
hill.
reach here or should be an change spots? That looks like
They
it's
used that
You
I
should
mean,
be
they are
alright.
getting a little
Switch?
faster, but
I
they're
think no, they got plenty. They got plenty.
We should be fine.
Yeah.
I thought they were part of direct TV.
300 millisecond.
Yeah. No, I don't
If you
think
can
so.
clear it with your neighbors, you can run it
I'm
in.
just, I didn't want to force it.
Fiber cable, it's 1,000 yards, pretty inexpensive.
Well, so now's the thing too, is like, I could run, I mean, it's only, what,
Alright.
200 bucks
900.
worth of fiber and
Yeah.
for like a mile fiber line or whatever, and just string it on the poles myself to the neighbor's house. And
Well, the phone company might take exception
Yeah.
with that.
the phone
Yes.
company doesn't own the poles,
Who owns the poles?
dude.
Well, Duke might take exception to
Yeah.
it. Somebody will
There's
take.
3 other things already strung on it. And one of my friends just said, go out there and tack it up there. Nobody's gonna ever know.
There's a lot to that.
You know, but the only thing
unless,
is though,
unless Duke comes along with one of their inspection cards, they probably won't know.
Say, hey, you're like Green Acres. You just want to.
well, that's what I'm saying. There's like 4 extra lines of
I
or
climb in
phone
the
lines
telephone
pole with
that
a
draw all over the place on it.
All right, it's after 5:30. We've been gabbing. Do we want to go around the room real fast with what we've been working on this week, or do
Yes.
we just want to
Let's do it.
jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, go for it. You're up.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm Jim, and this is the SanDisk, the fast disk. I'm just using it before I left. It was about 10 megabytes per second writing to it from my Windows PC. So it's faster writing also, about double the speed for writing and much faster reading.
What
I'm talking
size?
about 85 meg. This is 32 gig. It's there. I just bought some more of them for $5 a piece.
Where?
It's just look at that one link I sent you,
Yeah.
and just search for the same one, and you'll see the
Oh, that's an eBay link.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And it's you can look. It's a UHS-1.
Yep.
SanDisk UHS-1. And
How
that's
long
it
does
for
it
me.
take you to get them?
It took a couple of weeks. Yeah, it did.
Your turn.
Me? Oh. I've been working on our website. Marcus. I've been, let's see, mostly actually on the website. But I started playing around with those, that 64 LED matrix thing that Leroy showed probably about 4 weeks ago. You had the clock, and so I started playing with that a little bit. Actually, I got some from China. And so I started playing with those. And what I did is I actually went through and took the code that you had and just ripped it down so it would only do the display. So just trying to understand. Actually, some of that code is pretty nice too. And so just to understand how to get the display what I want. And actually, where Leroy had 4 banks, I hooked up 8 banks, so it's about that long. And so the scroll. I actually wanted to see what it worked, what the software actually works. So you just go into software, change from 4 to 8, and wow, nice.
And it works.
And it works.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So and then once we go around, I'll talk a little bit about the website and how far I've gotten on it, and hopefully release it so we can start playing with it and get some comments about what's next.
My name's Art. I'm working on a rather bizarre problem that I have with cameras.
Still.
No, this is a different problem. This is a non-technical problem. Here's the challenge. Apparently, at night when the IR lamps come on, bugs are attracted to it. Flying bugs of all kinds. Now, this you wouldn't think would be a problem. However, every time one buzzes across the field of view, it triggers the motion
Yes,
detector.
it does.
And
that's a
so what I've been trying to do is figure out how I can, in an environmentally responsible way, kill all these damn bugs because it's really annoying. I mean, and as near as I can tell, if you shut off the IR, they're not attracted. But if you turn on the IR, which you kind of need in order to be able to see anything with the camera, they have a ball.
Also, after you get rid of the bugs, then you got to get the bats.
So far, I haven't had. Actually, a couple of bats would clear out the bugs pretty well, but
If you get external lights, move them away from the camera, the bugs will still be there, but they won't make enough shadow. to
that's
trigger.
certainly a thought, yeah. But that becomes a bigger project altogether. So.
And honestly, the external IRs are much better illumination. Usually that little ring around the camera is not very good.
Actually, it does pretty well on the
Really?
ones that I've got.
Mine are great if it's somebody on the porch, but somebody at the end of the driveway is not illuminated at all.
Well,
It's a one, right?
I've got one fairly large IR lamp that I've got in my garage,
Mhm.
and that works great because apparently the bugs haven't figured out how to get into my garage. But the ones I've got on the outside of the house, it's awful.
Yeah.
But
I have not noticed that. Now, it like rains bugs at certain times of the year,
Yeah.
and they're not attracted to the light, I don't think, but it's just they're just falling from the
down.
sky.
Yeah,
No, these are-
I haven't noticed it either on my cameras.
these
either.
are active bugs. These are not just dropping out of the sky. These are zooming.
Attracted.
Kamikaze.
Oh yeah, back and forth, and I mean
Maybe it's
they-
your light range or something. I've never seen. I mean, the cameras I've got, I've never seen them attracted to it. Never.
don't know. At any
They're
rate,
special.
it's not a technical. I've got 6 of the Wise cameras running. They work great.
Try that other infrared source. I got some too. So if you want
Yeah.
one,
No, I've got
try one outside, and it may be the range of the bulb or
the
something.
the issue is where to plug it in outside. I mean, the cameras just have a 5-volt line going. It's a USB line going to them. But when you start running 110 in and out through the walls of the house, I get
Well, these are 12 volt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what mine are.
You can probably get a 5-volt version of them. I don't know.
these are IR illuminators, 12-volt IR illuminators.
Yep. You want one?
Just give me a lead and I'll buy one.
Okay. Yeah, they're all over the place. Go to eBay and search for IR lamps, and you'll see a ton of them.
You have your Wise cameras outside?
I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of them outside. I've got 3 others that are pointed through windows. Those don't work very well. They don't work at all with IR, and they don't work well at night. Daytime, they're great, but
I got tons of indoor cameras up under the eaves of the house. And they have
well,
no
that's
problem.
where I've got the ones that are outside. And
Mhm.
if the rain ever starts blowing really
Sideways.
horizontal,
Yeah, you'd be like-
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
but I figure I'll put half a dozen of them up.
Yeah.
Wait a year.
They're disposable.
Wait a year.
$20.
$25. You know.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of them and some silicon
That's what I was-
some silicon stuff that you put around the tub
Yeah.
and the sinks and whatever, and I put it into the grooves of all the joints
Uh huh.
and stuck them outside. I stuck them out in the weather, and they lasted over a year.
Uh huh.
Some of them are still going. So
Well, the ones I've got tucked up under the eaves, so that, as I say, it's got to be really blowing horizontal.
well, if you still silicone them up
Yeah.
and tuck them up under the eaves, they should last forever.
Yeah.
You got condensation too. You got to worry about.
Yeah.
I've lost some of my, supposedly waterproof cameras outside. If you stick them totally outside,
Yeah.
it must suck moisture up the wire. Because if you put it on a house and it's still out in the open, and you take the wire inside, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But if you take the whole thing and put it outside on the pole, it's not fine. I'm still
Well,
investigating
one of
that.
the tricks with that is you put a loop, a descending loop,
A drip loop.
A drip loop.
yeah, drip loop, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize there was a technical term for it, but,
He knew it. Both you guys knew it.
but,
It's called a P-trap. Okay?
P-trap,
A
yeah.
P-trap.
yeah, P-trap. But at any rate, so, but the bugs are what's bugging me now, so
Yeah.
I will try what you're saying is put a scavenger light out there to, attract I was thinking about hanging, what do they call them, fly strips
Oh,
off.
Yeah.
Right?
But at some point,
They get full.
you know, I'm married and I'd like to stay that way. So I
But I don't have that problem at all. But sometimes you can just see it's raining. It gets like
Yeah.
after dark, and particularly when a front's coming through, that's when a lot of the bugs come up. They're coming up with the front, and it looks like rain.
Yeah.
Seriously, and the cameras get triggered, and then the bats.
I'm Leroy.
Because the bats follow the bugs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm Leroy. I saw that Marcus was doing stuff this week. I played with GPS this week. GPS frustrates me. And
Seems
I
to
got
be a
it.
common thread.
I got a new robot, and that's it.
Is that the Serengeti?
Oh,
I'm Barry. I haven't done much of anything this week, sadly, other than work and try to keep up with when I'm ready to leave.
He's going to Las
Like
Vegas.
that, and, yeah.
I'm Mike. I'm glad to be here. I'm not doing anything.
I'm Don, and I'm doing the same thing he's doing.
Loading present. Yeah.
I'm like, I had to work this week, so.
Oh, you did?
I'm Kenny, I'm here.
Alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Steve. I've been playing with databases for the last 2 weeks, and I'm tired of it.
All right. That sounds fun. Not really.
Quick aside on the cameras again. Walmart sells plastic mason jars,
Yeah.
and you can get a standard mason jar ring and a piece of glass on the front of it. Toss in a couple of
That's not a bad
silicone
idea.
packets in there, and it'll help keep your cameras dry for quite a while.
How do you
But
put
we
the
keep it on
silicone
that.
down?
Yeah, you
Maybe
drill a
like
hole through the
$3 on
plastic
that.
to run the cables through. Do
Would
your
you-
connection inside if you can,
I would say, yeah.
and figure out how to
Jump.
mount it. But you can seal it up, toss in some, whatever the
Oh, it's
silicone gel is.
Silicone gel packets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
Yeah. Just thought I'd ask.
Screw on the lid, and it's pretty
Looks like it's in
watertight.
good shape.
That's a good idea.
Just be advised, don't eat the desiccants.
Yeah.
When I've been on it, it was a nickel, so.
Yeah, that's just a.
Do you ever toss that stuff in an aquarium?
It's
Not
just
one
an
with
interesting
fish in it,
thing.
but a big thing of water, it crackles. It's kind of neat.
The silica crackles.
Yeah. Sorry.
Those SD cards, Micro Center looks like they're selling them for somewhere between, what did we decide, like $8 and $12.
Well, Kingston was 5 or 480. The Sands was
This is for
$7.99.
32s?
Yeah. But the weird thing is the 32s look like they were the deal price. The 16s were more expensive than the 32s, and the 64s were
Yeah, they were like $2 more.
like $2 more.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
the 32s look like they're the ones that are the deal price. So
most of them are 64. And they want
Marcus
a
is-
couple more bucks.
Marcus has been doing some work on the website, so we're going to let Marcus tell us what he's doing. And
What am I doing? Okay,
Marcus,
go.
what are you doing?
I'm working on the website. That's it. Thank you. I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it's like, hey, the crowd goes wild. So let's see. All right. Okay. So where I am now is that again we just going over it. We decided to go with Wix. It turns out that our goal is to create a website that gives us both the ability to have a public-facing, presence, and also a sort of communication elements that we can post stuff, that we can have forums within the group or outside the groups, public or private forums. And it seems like so far that Wix is fitting the bill, because I've been playing with it. I did a lot. I was on vacation the week before last, but after vacation I seem to find a lot of time to play more than I thought I would. So I actually got a lot done. So I think after I go through this demonstration, Jimmy's going to put the website URL out on the club notes.
Already there.
There you go. I know. I saw you. That's why I said it.
He's on.
Putting the word Wix in front of it.
So you'll be able to play with it a little bit and sign up as a member. That's really one of the things we really want you to do, because one of the things that, and Leroy will be involved in this, and I'll look at me for the developer, and you're the sort of maintain it and the applications guy that post and stuff, things like that. So let me walk through, and I had to make some decisions along the way. And what I did is I created, and you'll see this a little later, I created a little form in there so you can go in and actually make comments. So you don't have to write any comments down, but while you're playing with it, if you see something that doesn't quite work right, that you don't understand, or just a suggestion, we'll have a form that we'll sort of play with, and that'll give us an opportunity to actually play and actually sort of eat our own how's that go? What's that statement? Eat your own when
Children?
Tail?
No, when you're oh gosh, it's a
Dog
song.
food?
Yeah, it's like eating your own, like when you're using your own product. Yeah, it's
Dog food.
Yeah, it's dog food. Your dog food. It doesn't sound right. Doesn't quite sound right. But anyway, to any event, I mean, it's just that we'll use the thing. So, this is the home screen right here, and one of the things I did originally is how I have our meeting information here. I actually had this more dynamic originally. However, having it more dynamic made Jimmy have to possibly do a little more work. So what I decided to do is make that static and then have this click here where you can go to the meetup for now. I mean, things may change over time, but you can go to the meetup and Jim only has the
There's
place.
the handsome dude.
Yeah, you believe
Wow.
that? Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
There's the contemplative intellectual pose.
That's right. So that's the sort of direct you over to the meetup. This section down here is actually is fed by the blogs. So if I go to the blog, you'll see that actually there's 4 blog entries here. When it comes up, come on, baby, you can do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's 4. Yeah, I've never seen that before, but anyway, so. But this will actually be, I think, will be more so internal type things. It'll be either, when you say, I mean, that's the thought, it's that the blog part will be stuff that, that we actually put on and we want it to be public. People can go out in the blog and apparently see what we're working on and see something we're working on, as opposed to having anybody to be able to create. They do have a nice ability to have it like members only, so you can set the different pages up for members only, things like that. So let me go back to the home page. And so that's actually the only thing on the home page. So if I can click on any of these blog entries, then it actually takes me to the actual blog entry for that particular one. Okay, moving right along to events. Now, what I originally had is this part up here was actually, again, dynamic. So it was, because this is static too. It's not feeding to anything. I tried to find a way to so I can only enter that once and then have to do it twice. But what I ended up doing is that since this was dynamic, now what I did is, for example, the Cincinnati Maker Faire. So if you click here, it's going to take you to the Maker Faire. It's going to give you actually more information first. So it gives you more information, and I have so that's dynamic. So you can actually go through the background and actually add those in. And originally I put the individual meetings there. But the problem with that is that it requires, if you stick a meeting there, it requires a registration. I couldn't find any way to get around this registration button. So every time you click on the meeting, it takes you to a registration screen. So what I did instead is that I put, for our meetings, for our event, our main event, of course, is our club meeting. I mean, that's the main event, right? Now, these other, you can add, dynamically in the background, you can easily go in and add additional things that's coming up. Again, like the Maker Fair, like the Dayton Hamvention. You can add those things, and they'll just show up down here. And we can also add a screen that shows, direction to the blah, 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 blah. So I think, again, it's just a good way to use the events. And again, if you see, if you don't agree, just make your comments, and I'll show you the form. So the next is the forms. The forms are actually pretty nice, and it's a app that you basically add, and it's just like any other form. So what I did is I went in and put in this web development form. So if you click on the web development form, this is where you can actually add your comments. For example, create a post.
I'm looking at forums now. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you see it?
Took it a while to get there.
There you go. Yeah, so actually I wanted to...
General discussion, okay.
That didn't look right. You should have a little place down at the bottom. Yeah, you should have a little place down. Would you bring it up on yours? Does it show, if you click on it?
Collapse the members chat there, I think you may find it.
I think it goes up, not down.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and I think I'm all the way down. So I usually saw. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't drill down deep
Click the
enough.
one button.
Yeah, I didn't drill down deep enough. So here so here's where you would actually write your comments. So. Okay, so, and then you just do publish, and then it gives you another blank line. So again, as you go through and play with the website, blah 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 blah, you can make comments in there. So that'll and to get back to get back to all of them where it says all.
Now, how did you get there? I'm here to forums.
Okay, you're actually on the general. If you go up, if you scroll up. Here, you should be able to scroll up. Yeah, see the go back there. You have those.
Okay, website development.
Yeah, click on there, and then click on it again where it says website design review #1. Yeah. Okay.
What happens when you click follow? Does that ask for an email address and just publish what's going on? How does that work?
No, it's actually, if you're logged into that particular, if you're logged in, like I'm logged in here, you can see M Davis 59.
Okay.
So right now I'm following that discussion. So
Okay.
every time something gets posted to that discussion, go ahead.
You have, in order to post to the forums, you have to join that group.
Okay.
So you have to log in. I just tried to do it without logging in, and it took me to a login page and said join or log in.
Well, I didn't know whether it was where it says following, whether when Leroy makes a comment that it sends an email on what the comment is.
Yeah, if you're following that, it's just like Twitter. I mean, if you're following that and Leroy makes a post, it's gonna indicate that or a comment. It'll send an email.
Or if you have the Wix app, it will tell you that somebody just posted, like James McRae commented on website.
Okay.
So yes, you can't. There's multiple ways to get notified if somebody.
Okay, so is this our Google Plus general discussions there?
Yes.
If we want to just shoot the breeze, it would go
Right.
up to there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thought. I mean, that's
just a wide open form.
yeah. It would be, it might be more stuff that you post than than stuff that I would post, for example.
Well, yeah, if you got something going on and it's club participation type stuff and just a general comment to everybody, or I'm working on this, go look at my web development if you want to see this.
And you know where that really would come in handy for members is that if we all follow that, and for example, we had the one canceled meeting, I forget what it was, snow, I guess it was. We had one canceled meeting, and that if that, you know, that's a way to get the information out to everyone. So if you went in there and said, you know, meeting canceled, scan complete, good. That's a good place to do it. You follow me? You look
Yeah,
like you don't.
that's really not our major thrust here. We have we have meetup and we have the meeting announcement. If you're going to cancel a meeting, I can do meeting announcement and hit everybody cancel meeting, and that's what we do it.
But it goes out to 500 people.
Yeah,
You don't care.
no,
Jim doesn't care.
why would that bother me?
Because I mean, it's like people that's never even. I mean, you know, it's 500 people on the meetup.
Yeah. Oh well, not yeah. Meetup. I just change it. And if you look, the meeting announcement should be all the active members. Boom! I'm gonna hit you in the head.
Oh, okay. I got you. So you have a different thing to send out. So you send a separate email.
I just send another email meeting or whatever saying that the meeting's canceled.
You know, but the only thing about that, it would be nice to have that record that we actually canceled that meeting. So if you put it in here, and again, you don't. I mean, I'm just talking.
Actually, I've saved every one of the meeting announcements from God knows how long ago when I started.
Yeah. Right.
So
it's
So
just
there's a
moving
record
up,
of it somewhere.
That's not our major thrust here, and we're not going to force everybody to get into this. I'm not going to force everyone to log in and get an account there. That's do not intend to, never. Okay.
I know an awful lot of the blogging software allows you to have a secret email address that you can send to.
This one.
I think this one does too.
So if we added that address to Jim's announcements, it would automatically show.
Oh, that's a possibility too. Post it immediately. Yeah, there is an email associated with it. Now you created that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do that from.
Yeah.
Probably so. Right.
Yeah.
I know with WordPress they say use this sparingly and don't tell anybody.
Well, I was looking at my account the other day. I emailed him and because I was looking at some of the changes he had made, and there was a email address that I did not recognize that apparently is mine, that apparently does something. So maybe that's the super secret posting email address that they generated for me, because I didn't know what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden
It
there
would
it
be
was, and I was
something
kind of like, I don't recognize that, but apparently it's me.
It would be something at Wix.com or at,
It was
I'll
at something
I'll show
to
it in a
rate
minute.
something or
Yeah.
.io or something. It
Yeah.
was.
One of my major objectives when a new prospective member comes in is you don't have to sign up.
Good Lord, we said his name too many times.
You don't have to sign up.
Beetlejuice.
You don't have to give your.
Happened every time we mentioned
You don't have to
Ray.
give your phone number. You don't have to give anything. You just put your name on the list. I'm the only one that sees it. Nobody else gets to see it, and so and this is just if you encourage it and get people, but they're gonna have to sign up for something when they do this. I don't want every member to have to do that.
You don't have to sign up to read the forums. You just
No.
have to sign up to post to the forums.
Okay, but you have to sign up, and that's fine.
Well, you kind of had to sign up with G Plus too.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had a
But
G.
not everyone was not forced to use G Plus when you came in here.
No.
No, we're not. You don't have to do anything. You have to have mail to participate. It's nothing.
All right, Jimmy.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Got it. All right. So The next thing is the blogs, and again, I think that's going to be more internal. And I think Leroy posted. I think you posted this. Oh yeah, you posted that one originally. Then I posted 3 more that just for test. Yes, sir.
Are the blogs currently set for any member to post to, or just admin to post to?
Right now it's set. Right now I just not understanding the whole structure.
Okay.
I just set them to public right now. Just
So
for now.
anybody that
Yeah, anybody can go in. Now the funny thing about it,
Look, but they can't touch.
originally I didn't see this. If you see this plus a post, now I didn't originally see that when I was at home. Everything I was doing at home, I never even saw that before. And so, but for some reason I'm seeing it now.
are you logged in as an admin?
I am. Yeah. I
Okay,
am,
that's why.
Yeah, but I was like that at home too. That's kind of weird thing. It may have just. I think sometime in the background the database has to be updated. Sometimes I make a change and it's like, okay, I made a change. Where is it? And it wouldn't happen immediately. So I'm thinking sometimes just. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, believe me, I did. And I went out of it and came back in. It's like, okay.
So only admin can make a post?
I,
Everybody can read it, but only
Right.
admin can
Check
make
it
a
here.
post.
To see if you get a post there.
You don't want the whole world posting.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
That's what where members would be able to
He's
post it.
developing.
I was just thinking, you make different tiers. Is the real question is like, because then you.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
Jim-
sure you
Jim
can.
doesn't.
General
He doesn't get the.
He-
Right, so it's probably because I'm an admin. He doesn't.
Jim
get
is not an admin of the site.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my thinking. Now, we get rid of the forums and we open the blogging up to active members of the club. I think there's a way to set, there's a group setting where you can select which email addresses when they join. We can give them rights to actually write a blog, because blogs are so much nicer than forums.
Yeah, but
And they also have the comment section down at the bottom.
Yeah, but I think they're two different. I mean, I think the communication with the blog is more sort of. It doesn't seem to give you as flexibility, and I don't know the right words as it does. Like a blog is like, okay, I'm doing a commentary or something like that, and people may comment down at the bottom, and all the comments are at the bottom. For example, I'm going to go into this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just inputting, and I'm in, and so here, so you can keep making. I think I had comments on this one. I thought I did.
You have
Four.
Views.
There we go.
Views.
There we go.
You have
Yeah.
views.
Oh, those are views. Yeah. So you're gonna make the comments on
I'm going to see if I can.
that? Yeah. That may not. Yeah. I don't see where I can even make a comment on here.
You're in blogs right now.
Yeah. I can write a comment here. It should show it here, I think.
Write a
Yeah, if I
comment.
go, yeah, that's weird. If I go back to all the posting, it'll have the place down here. I can say, write a comment, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Now it says there's one comment, which is mine. Keep scrolling down.
Yeah, right
Now-
here. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
I'm thinking, this is just me thinking. Your blog posting, because you can post nice pictures, you could use the blog as a project kind of site.
Right.
So you could say, here is a list of the parts I used, here's some of this. I don't know if we could do a code section inside of that, but you could do some block kind of things, and you can make it real nice. And then if somebody wants to comment on it, I think a forum is a little bit.
No, I agree 100% of what you're saying. If I want to post a project in there, put a project in there, so I've just basically said, okay, this is the project. You comment all you want, people look at it. But in the forum, it's more that sort of back and forth where you may be asking a question. For example, somebody may come to the forum and say, "Oh, okay, I want to know how to work with
Forums to me seem like they're a lot more topic. Like you've got IoT topic, you got this topic, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think
guess
they're
there's
both.
I guess they're both useful, but.
Well, let's see. I mean, if we can always, let's start it and see. Just like, for example, here's the case in point is that I'm asking for input on the website. That works better in the forum standpoint than necessarily to me than actually me having to go in and do a post, for example, on the blog, and then you comment on the stuff that's in the blog. So, we can see.
So I think.
Go ahead.
I think that we should set a blog up, not call it a blog.
Okay. Project.
Set a blog up that's called projects or something. Mm-hmm. Give access to all the active members.
I agree.
We set up a.
That's never going to happen, by the way. If somebody signs up, their name, their number, nothing is ever going to leave where those names are kept. Period.
It's like no, but yeah, but you opt into that. You opt into the being able to go in and modify. You opt into that. Like I'll opt in, Leroy will opt in.
When you sign up here, this is the way it should work. When you sign in, you get the address and you find it. You can go look at everything.
That's right.
If you want to participate, you have to sign up for this.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, we're on the same page. Yeah,
okay.
we're on the same page.
But we're not going to, when they sign up, we're going to enable them to use this.
We're not going to your lockbox.
Okay.
We're not going to touch your lockbox.
Okay. A distribution list.
We don't want your list.
Okay. Okay.
We don't need no stinking list.
From what you said, I thought when you set up their account,
right.
You do
No,
this.
no. They set up their own account.
Yeah. Okay. We're good.
They don't have to set up an account. I don't care.
Okay. Well, when they
sort of
if
care.
if as long as they can read it like World without sign, and then if they participate, then I understand.
But
they gotta sign.
I think there should be a project, projects page, and then maybe change this, which only the admins can post to a news. Instead of saying blog, we change that title
For
to
project.
news.
Change it from blog to project.
No, we're going to add a second blog for
Okay.
projects.
I think it would be interesting if each blog post automatically created a forum. So if you want to...
Can we do that?
Wow.
Mind blown.
I understand 100% what you're saying. Yeah, okay, but I guess what's the connection? What keeps those two tied together?
That keeps it more of a project, and if you want to discuss it or ask questions or that sort of thing,
Then
it
all the
takes you to
comments
the
go
forum.
over into the forum instead of
Right. No, it makes sense. I mean,
I don't know if this can do it.
Right.
But
you're probably gonna have to investigate
it'll probably be some code based thing, which I haven't even got in.
But if you had a section that was a blog that was for news that only the admin could post to, everybody can read, but only the admin could post to, then we could post stuff like this that may be interesting to everybody. And then if we, on the home page, you pull from both the news section and the project section, so everybody can see that there's news and projects going on, and then everybody in the group can post all their projects if they want to, Jim.
The news thing is okay. That's secondary, not important. The news is going to be in the meeting announcements, the main news.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the main thrust of what we need here is a nice discussion area where you come in and you want to discuss. That's 90%. It's 99% of what we had in the past. Just a discussion area. If we can get the discussion area going and save the other till later, then that's fine. That'd be.
I'm just not. I set up that other forum that was really highly customizable, and we didn't really have very much
Right. And
true activity inside the forum.
And that's one of my concerns a little bit, is that we don't overthink it and put too much into it and make it. I think the only thing about, what you brought up is having sort of two blog things. It's that it sort of dilutes that, you sort of want it simple. I mean, you don't want it simple. You're the guy that's going to understand the whole thing. Everybody else is going to be these casual.
Well,
they're going to be.
but if we don't call it a blog, if we just call it a news section or an activity section or whatever, and then we call the other one a project section, nobody would know it was a blog unless they knew it was a blog.
Well, that's what people usually. But that's the terminology that we've gotten accustomed to. Right. We got accustomed to blog. We kind of accustomed to forum.
But really, if you look at Instructables,
yeah,
that is a blog post. It's a structured blog post that you're doing. That when it comes right down to it, it's exactly the same thing as a real blog post. They just don't call it that.
Okay.
It's a project page.
Right.
But you've got in Instructables, you've got a section for, they break it out a little bit, so you've got a section for pictures and you got a section for stuff. I don't know if we could do all that with this blog, but if you made one that was a blog and you said put a posting somewhere that.
I tried to go to Instructables, but it's not gonna do it.
Spiller it.
But actually, I had the link, so it should have. It's still playing. It's probably too much to load.
So do you agree that 99% of our effort now should be in just getting the G+ communications stuff together?
I think a blog looks a lot like what G+ used to be, except especially if you can make the homepage look like that. I
agree with that. I agree 100% with the.
I'm not real sure we need a forum per se.
But I think one of your arguments was, and I think when you were looking at the other website, is to have that ability to do that back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I agree. I mean, I think from a standpoint of just letting the public go through, and all of a sudden they heard about us and be able to do something real quick to see, because that's how I found, I went to found Meetup and said, and I just start scrolling through, like on a Google Plus, and then that got me interested, and said, okay, let me go check it out. So I agree with, I agree with that. So I think this type of thing right here will allow people to just scroll through and to sort of get an idea of what we're about.
And like the blog or the forums don't have the pictures right there.
Right.
The blogs all have a nice picture.
Right.
Which people are visual, and they'll see the picture first before they even click on the posting listing.
Right.
So we're talking about using whatever, and our main thrust is very simple to use. You can cut and paste. You can paste a picture in it, and you can communicate.
Oh, it's simple enough to
it's
write
like
a blog.
Google Plus, maybe easier than Google Plus,
maybe,
as far as just sending stuff back and forth and general discussions. And then we could say, and that's really 99% of what we need now. What's what we need to focus on. That's what we need. And then the way the rest of the stuff is done, we can say that and get that going. Because if we get that going, we need to start getting people participating. And if that'll get it going, and simple and stupid.
Here's another thing to consider. Just, if we're thinking G+, we didn't all comment on every one of those, and there might have still only been a couple people commenting on some of those G+ postings, which leads back to like a blog. The blog creator is going to see the comment. The person who created the comment is going to see the comment. Other people are going to see it, and if they wanted to, they could add to the comments. I really think the blog would work a lot like a forum would without it being a forum. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, if you, I
You
mean,
have
if
no
you-
idea how much I like a BT100 comment.
I know you
oh my
Text.
God.
you could
Well, it's-
probably turn off all the images if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the thing will be is that I don't know. I still kind of see just this structure here for being able to start
Yeah.
a form, for example, with internet things, and a lot of things get posted there, as opposed to if I blog it doesn't group it into that structure also.
Right.
And so, okay, so what we want to do is what our objective is to get everybody participating, and if they see it's an Internet of Things thing, you're going to go through there and say, I changed the Internet of Things, and here's a link to that forum or whatever, and they can just go over to it without bringing all the stuff into the main line for because what I'm going to do, I'm going to scan it and see if there's anything I'm interested in.
Right, that's what.
And then if I see, they did something new over there, I going to have to go over there. But instead of bringing the whole dang thing up every time,
I know what you're saying, but thinking back to G Plus, none of that stuff was organized.
Right.
I mean, none of it was.
Yeah, but I understand that. It's just we have
G Plus was more like a microblogging site.
Yeah.
This is like a regular blogging site.
Yeah, I mean, it's given us all the tools in a sense, and so we can still keep the form simple. I mean, we can keep it, we can keep it basic, and then put everything over and create another project-based blog, if you will.
Yeah.
So why don't we say we'll do that, and go in the form and put the notes in there and send them to them.
Now, I have a question here, because I've seen this on many sites I've looked at. There's a forum discussion, and it attracts a lot of attention, and a huge amount of work and comments are made regarding one just small part. And eventually people will grab that whole section and make a specific site just for that. If we could have that ability of run the forum, it generates a huge amount of thing, grab it and put it over in the blog.
I know that from me just playing around with this site, nowhere near as much as he's played around with it, you can create your own custom pages. So if something like that did happen, you could actually take all that entire content and move it over to its own specific thingamabob. Or you could move it to a blog, probably. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be looking for all the standard features like this conversation is now closed. You have to lock it in. That way you don't get some stupid comments 8 years later.
Why didn't you use this chip?
Actually,
It came out.
It came out,
Actually, just from here, I can do that. I can turn off comments on this.
Yeah, it is. And I think
moderators and everything.
Yeah.
And it makes it's real easy. I mean, it's really easy to maintain so far. I mean, it's not going to be hard to maintain, and that's really one of the goals, I think, because you don't want to put a lot of what you don't want to happen is all of a sudden it becomes so complex to maintain that it's not being maintained.
Yeah, but as other guys would put it, trolls, trying to keep people from just absolutely ruining your website with just belligerent comments.
That is something that I know Wix, they do have some troll spam monitoring thingamabob, algorithm thingamabobs.
Yeah.
Let me finish the walkthrough real quick, and so Jim can post out. So we sort of went through the blog here. The member section, again, this is not in stone or anything. There's a public place for members, and again, I don't know if we want to publish this or not, but it'll just, and all it's going to do is show the members.
As long as it doesn't show the email addresses.
Yeah, it does, and this is the one I think you're talking about. It must have created for you. Is that your, or is that one of your?
Yeah, that's one of them that I created.
Yeah.
Admin, it says, okay.
Yeah, it's,
Well, that's when I signed up.
yeah.
Apparently somebody else had signed up with automation technology or something, and
I don't know why I got two of the same there.
because you're you.
That was kind of weird.
No,
And
'cause
then
you can follow
and you
yourself.
have two here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the second one of me
Yeah,
came from.
yeah. So I don't know why those came in. So anyway, that's the member. Then there's actually a place that I've created for members only, and this is where our file share is.
Okay.
So here you can go into.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can go in. So this is. So everybody that I could remember the first and last name I put in here. So I started putting some folders in here, and if you, of course, just like any other folder, just double click on it. And now the thing I haven't noticed is that the ability to, because I think I have, maybe because I'm an admin.
Admins pretty much have all the power.
Yeah. So I think it's letting me go into any folder, and I don't know if we'll have to try and see if it actually will let you go into any folder if you're not admin. Yeah.
Where's that, members?
Yeah, go down to members only. Yeah. And you can.
Likely read only for.
Yeah, and I didn't see a place where it actually allowed me to set the permissions. So share. Okay, maybe that's it. It says share, but I didn't. Yeah, maybe.
If Vicente signs up, how is he going to get access to just that folder?
Right, and that's what I get. Yeah, we got to find the linkage to the folder if that's possible. And I'm not sure yet.
Okay, so
But we'll have to find that.
that's
I'll determine that.
we got some stuff we can
Yeah.
look at.
Right.
Right now, for the next meeting, I would like to see the first rendition of general discussion,
Okay.
or whatever y'all want to name it.
Right.
But that's generally what it is. It's just general club discussion,
Okay. So you're saying, okay. So if we're going.
whether it's a blog or a forum or whatever you guys want.
Right now it's a forum. Okay, but right now we want people to just sort of go through, if they want to, sign up. Sign in.
So we want them to be able to see it without signing
They
in.
can see it without signing in.
Okay.
But the thing is that in order for us to start to get an idea if it's working, if it's doing what we want it to do, we have to get some reps. We need some reps. We need people to actually go in and start to use it.
Right.
So
If they're ready, they can read.
Mhm.
If they're ready to make a comment, they have to sign up, just
Right,
like Google
right,
Plus.
right.
Okay, and that's good.
yeah,
If I
So
want
far,
to
so
take it
good.
for a test drive, I've got to show you my driver's license.
Yeah.
right.
And I'll put a general note in here. Go to
the website. Right.
this forums and go
Right.
to general discussions to join in the club discussions.
Yeah, and if you have comments about the website, go to the website forum, click in here, and then you can make comments down
They
here.
can make it right in the discussion thing. That's what it's for.
Why would you make it into discussion if I'm asking them to make a discussion about, if we're talking about the
Okay,
website?
it's a general discussion. It's a general discussion, and we don't need a separate group. If you want to go in and you want to make a comment, we have a discussions here. We have a discussion group. Oh, hello, and Leroy's doing this, and Jim's doing nothing, and okay, and you say, well, okay, I want to participate. I said right there, I don't like this, and you said, okay, well, this is how we proceed using this function on the website, and then they just respond to that. We don't need a separate group. We don't want to confuse them. This is simple. If you want to participate in a project, Leroy's ESP32 project with the display and stuff, that okay, we're working on that, and they're working on that over there. You want to join the forum, you want to participate. That's a new feature. Right now, let's just get the discussion.
You just want it working.
Just want it working, and let people take shots at us. And then if we get, because you're making an extra step. Oh hell no! I want it just like Google Plus. And then as we develop and we get groups, and then we can say, oh yeah, where is the information on ESP32? Well, it's over there, and then you can go put it over there. and the people who are really coding and all that kind of crap, and hopefully we'll get there someday. We'll have people with a nice code group and the ESP32 group, and they'll come through and do stuff over there. And he said, oh yeah, well, we need to let people know that we have some new stuff over there. And then everybody that goes through the general discussion, these people let people know what's going on in general, and not I changed the code at this, and you have to go over to that forum. We got a general discussion. Let's get that going. That's all we were doing in Google Plus basically.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. If you want, we can. What we're gonna do then, if Leroy
I'm here.
if Leroy concurs,
Okay.
I'm gonna delete. I'm just gonna leave that one place that. I figured you'd be like, oh yeah, I got through to him. I can't believe it. I got through to him.
Yeah.
Make web development forum. Delete Internet of Things. Make web development admin only. Complete 100% admin
Right.
only.
Right. Okay. And hopefully I can get it to not show. Because
If it's just admin,
Yeah.
it won't show.
Okay. All right. So
And I will make a note inside of that
thank you very much.
so that
Yes, I remember to do it. So okay.
that would be
For suggestions.
that would be for admins, the 2 or 3 of us,
Right.
to discuss changes that need to be made.
Okay.
How many user levels do you have? Do you have like admin,
We have
moderators, and users?
It's only view.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's not many. It's like an admin that can do everything, and then I think it may be just 3, and it was a view only, and then the other one gives. I think it was.
There was a moderator.
It was a read. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a read and a write. So you can have people that can read and write, but they can't go in and delete groups. They can't delete members, anything like that, which an admin can. So it's not huge, but
You should be able to have at least admin,
Yeah.
moderators, registered guests, and the transient guests. Guests.
Well,
and I think
the guests aren't even a group. They're just
yeah, it's a public. It's like
it's called public.
yeah, it's
Okay.
public. It's just,
They're not even a group.
yeah. So let's see. So we did the member thing, and again that'll expand based on right now it's just the file share, but that can basically be anything. I mean, we can put because basically what that is it's another web page, of course. So you click on that, it just goes in, brings another web page. So we can hide. You can actually create web pages and not expose them. So, and that's what I did here. So you expose it after, and it has to be a person that has a membership, basically a member. So resources again, I just threw some things in here. Our GitHub, you can go to our GitHub. You can go to the Instructables, our meetups site, and then of course the mini marathon. And it's also a little place which is actually pretty cool. You can have these
Little bio.
little FAQs. So
How much?
yeah, how much does it cost? It ain't cost a thing. Okay, so yeah, there you go. There's no membership due. The club is absolutely free. So again, I got to get rid of those little silly things. But the little bird. So again, we can, if there's other things that Jim wants to provide in there, or Leroy or anybody wants to put in there. And again, I picked that up from other clubs, and they tend to put one in there. So. Yes.
Your bell's going off.
I see that. I'm up to 7 already. I know. It's like, geez.
It's Bill.
Leroy's playing.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that he's probably done. Every time he posts something, it gives me it's slow. It's slow.
There's a Wix app, and I've been playing around with it a little bit. The chat doesn't work the way I thought it.
Yeah.
The way it's a private message between 2 people, not entire groups.
That's what I thought it was the whole group.
So-
You can't invite more than one.
No, apparently not. But it does work really well on telling you when something's changed on the website, when something's been added or subtracted. So it may still be a useful app.
What did you say? The Google chat still works, and Hangouts or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. And Vicente and myself have been using whatever that is, WhatsApp, which Marcus didn't like.
I don't want to get my phone. I don't want to get my phone number out.
See, other people don't want their email address
I
out,
don't
phone
know.
number.
That's worse.
Somebody that wants their
numbers-
phone location.
phone
given away?
numbers worse. Okay, so the last tab is this about us, and the only thing that's so I just grabbed your stuff from Meetup and just threw it in there. Didn't read over anything, so it could be a mess. But anyway, but it could. The contact us actually has an email where you can actually go in. It'll bring up a little form. Person can put their email information in here, and they can email Jim.
Or whoever.
Whoever. We can change it right now. It's emailing me because I had to test it, of course. And then out here I have the map and blah blah blah. So it's the contact us. It's just again iteration of where we are. You can click on the map, of course, and bring up Google Maps and all that silliness. So, but that's just about us and contact us. So here you have ability to log in. You can go in and change your profile. I think that usually loads really slow. But I'll try.
Policies.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll go back to that. It's gonna load. That's gonna load real slow.
It's a Windows PC. It's probably causing that.
Hey, the library.
The library. It's the library.
And I'm not biased because I hate everybody. So
We noticed. we put a discussion forum in there about that.
Yeah.
Jim's hatred for everybody. So anyway, yeah,
You can
There's
change.
another
You can
comment,
change
went
your
up to 8
profile
instead of
picture
7.
and
Yeah.
other stuff.
it's not. Yeah, it's that profile stuff is, and that's probably gonna be the same way. Now, Ray, what did you said? What did you say?
Policies.
Where'd you see that?
No, I'm asking about
Oh,
policies.
okay.
So basically every business, every website needs to have some kind of public area where you're posting what your policies are.
That's a good
Specifically, what is your privacy policy?
That's a good point.
If something is shipped from one member to another, what is the policy on that? Is there anything that's being sold or given away
Right.
from here? Is the recipient responsible for paying for shipping? Are they responsible for paying taxes?
We're not selling anything.
Yeah.
Along the same
We
line.
we won't share your email address.
Where does
Yeah,
that-
but where does it say that?
Yeah.
No, that's one of the points. We don't sell anything, but for sure, any.
We won't share any confidential
Right, we won't
It's
share email
a
address.
good point,
There's-
because what are the consequences of bad behavior?
now, when you sign up for this, you're gonna sign off on their policies.
Right. It's a Wix account you're signing up for. So it's
Okay,
their.
yeah, well, Wix is the framework.
Yeah,
and
but
the
they're
account.
but
It's worth
you
saying,
sign
I
up
agree. It's worth
with
saying.
them with their account.
Okay, so thinking of it as we're here in the library, there are some library policies that we all have to abide by. But within this group, inside one room, there's also shared information inside here. We should have policies for inside the group. Okay, so we as a
Oh.
group shouldn't rely on. And have you guys ever read the policies for the library? Probably not. Okay, but
when you signed
we
up for the card, you probably said, "I've read the
Yeah.
policies."
I don't have a library card here.
I do.
just buy
I
crap
do.
and buy movies when I leave here. That's it.
I-
I don't get.
There's
I don't have a library card.
I saw it. There's a policy tab
Yeah.
that you can add. I
Yeah.
saw it in there.
Yeah, I mean, you can
It's-
put it on the main page.
It's probably a generic
yeah.
So
thing.
the reason I'm asked about that is because my wife is doing Etsy recently, and because she doesn't have her policies posted, somebody decided to return a product, and the return shipping on the product, the customer wants the company, the selling company, to pay for the return shipping. And the return shipping, they used 3 times the value of the product and the original shipping. It's like, are
Wow,
you
that's-
freaking crazy?
I can do that all day long, make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money. So my opinion, though, is just like Walmart. Walmart don't pay you a damn penny for bringing your stuff back. And
Yeah,
when-
but they'll take it back whether you used it or not.
or if it's from Target.
Yeah.
Well,
they
Pretty
really
much.
do.
I
If-
think that's a good point, though.
if
Because
you
one
want-
of the things that Jim has said about this being a no threat type question environment, I think that needs to be explained.
Safe stuff.
But
Yeah.
at the
Well-
point that you have to explain absolutely everything to a litigious society, you just make things so.
You're at the point where it's like, hey, screw everybody else. If you're not in this room, we don't want you on the website. You do have to tell everybody those stupid things.
You have to make
I think
them
so.
agree to it, whether
Yeah.
they ever read it or not.
Yes. I agree.
It all comes down
I'm
to
still thinking that
plain
we're
basic
bound by,
understanding.
when we signed up, we're bound by what Wix.
Yeah.
You're bound by what Wix has, but there's a subset that we should at least say it again, or have it available for them to read it again.
Well, if
Put
they
it
sign
in
up
the-
for Wix, they're bound by the Wix policy.
Yeah,
But yeah, do we want to say it again? Okay.
put it in the
Say that.
FAQs.
That's a good point.
Just put it,
We didn't do that.
just
in
put
Google-
the exact
Google
same
Plus.
wordage and verbiage that Wix uses in the FAQs.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I'm
right.
like
Or put a link to
99.99% sure that we're bound by what Wix says and not
Okay.
anything else.
But in some places, I'm sure Wix might say you have freedom of speech in whatever vulgar tone that you want to do it. But we
But they-
shouldn't allow that.
Wix probably doesn't allow that.
No, they don't allow that.
So we just point back at theirs and say you're bound by that.
Yeah, in the
And we do want to say something like, you know,
If-
we like a
if they-
freedom from fear environment, and maybe
If-
say some stuff like
Golden
that.
rule.
If they violate
refer back to
Wix
the
Wix
Wix.
policy, they're going to get banned from the site. It's a Wix site.
Yeah,
It even says so right there, somewhere. Wixsite.com.
Wix-something.com.
Yeah, I don't even think we have access to the email addresses.
We don't.
When people,
Okay.
when people, I don't.
Straight up.
Yeah, we don't have. I don't think we have access to the email addresses.
All right, I have another question. How is the site backed up?
Wix.
Okay, so
Yeah, Wix.
all right, so this happened on a laser blog, a laser forum, about 6 months ago. There was a guy that he was an admin, and not just a moderator. He was an admin. Got into an argument with a couple people about a certain person, and he knew when the backups were. And
But-
20 minutes before the backup, he wiped out the entire site.
If this gets
And it
wiped out,
backed up.
we don't care.
Okay.
We don't
That's
care.
right. That's true.
That's
That's
it.
kind of true.
I mean, Google Plus got wiped out, and I got a backup, but I don't know what to do with the backup because I don't have Google Plus anymore.
Yeah, it's a cloud service, so I mean, I would think if they go down, it's got to be something really
Well,
serious.
here's the other thing. If we really wanted to back this up, all we had to do is share it with another. Because I created this site with my personal
Yeah.
account. I transferred it to another person. I gave Marcus access to it.
Okay, so,
So
is
we-
this all under club name now?
More or less.
Okay, so does our club have an LLC, FEIN,
What the
charter, any of that stuff yet?
Nope.
We're not gonna get
We're
it.
not a
heck?
business. We're not a
What the
business.
We
heck?
don't have to file taxes.
A non-profit?
We're not-
We're not doing any business. We don't.
We don't
There's-
need a
there's-
personal identification number. We're not.
Trying to,
Close it.
yeah.
Well, they charge you to close it.
Yeah.
You can just let it age out.
Yeah,
But
like
he's
the-
asking about, liability protection for
Yeah.
officers
We have no officers. We have the Grand Poobah and the
Well, those-
summertime Grand Poobah.
those are officers of the organization.
I know that you guys aren't like in a normal civilized structure. People respect each other. You come in here and hey, no big deal. We all enjoy this stuff and we up and leave. But there are people out there
That are malicious.
that are
and
malicious.
psychopaths.
That a ugly as hell 35-year-old skanky bitch walks in here and spends 5 minutes leaves and wrote her name down that she was here and sues us a month later that hey, she was sexually harassed, discrimination, whatever. And I know as you start building this stuff, there are things that you should do. And it is a protection level, and it's not that expensive.
Do you think, I mean, just what you said, do you think that would ever happen?
Yeah. I've been sued. I lost $400,000 over it.
Really?
Okay?
Your
It's
RC club
bullshit.
Or something? Was it a club?
No, it was my laser business.
Okay,
okay.
well that's
But,
different. That's a
we're
business.
But he's saying,
no, it's
this scenario he just proposed would happen. Will it? What's the probability is
Right.
low? but
extremely low.
It could
I should
happen.
I should insure this place because somebody could get hurt in here and
Well,
we'd be liable. So I
You know,
should
recording
have
the
insurance
meetings
also.
is a good precaution for that scenario he just said.
Yeah.
Because any of us could,
After
could
you've
say,
been
oh, I
sued,
feel
it's like, oh my
transgender
God.
and I feel
I've been
discriminated
sued
against.
too, but
when you start a business, oh hell yes, you better start
I've been
LLC or
sued.
whatever the hell you do.
And
You
my
gotta do
water
it.
was
What's
just
the
along
club?
with me.
How many RC clubs you joined them? How many of them were incorporated?
Well, we don't have to decide that. It's a consideration.
Yeah,
And I think
consideration,
it's appropriate
yeah.
to think about
Yeah.
it at least.
It is.
I don't want anybody to think, hey, I'm bullying anybody. I'm just saying it's a concern.
Yeah.
And
it
after
is.
you've been sued, and you feel like how frivolous or stupid, and the insurance company still settle out, and it still costs you money, then you're like, oh, okay, well now I'm never gonna forget this again.
Okie dokie. So that is
My lawyer
You
said, hey,
you
I
want a
think it's not
microcontroller?
insurance.
Because that's all I got is a microcontroller. Sue me.
Because as soon as they know, hey, you got $1 million insurance, oh, we're gonna sue.
I like it.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's it for me. So I will make the little small changes, but again,
I made notes.
okay.
That's what all those 9 things
Yeah.
are.
So
Nice
the
job, thank you.
the website is the URL to the website will be in the meeting notes, and we'll make some changes and play around with it and see where we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Or general discussions pointing to that.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yep. And it's only going to be one. It'll be one.
One thing.
Yep. Say general discussions, and you can make any comments in there or bring them to the next meeting, which one you like. So, anybody got anything else going on? We got what? 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Instructors,
Ray's got a box of robots. That's probably because last time he was here we said, if you come, you have to bring
They were
robots.
complaining I didn't bring enough free stuff last time.
No.
Free
We,
stuff is good.
we're just picking on Ray because Ray never comes.
Sorry.
What's up, Ray?
You're usually traveling.
Maui was nice.
Oh, you finally
You
made it to
sell a lot of
Hawaii.
lasers
Huh?
out there, did you?
I sold one laser to Kamehameha School. They're one of the richest privately owned schools in the United States. Their campus is absolutely beautiful. It sits on like a way up on the hill. It has a beautiful overlook of the ocean and the city.
Why are they so wealthy? Some benefactor.
No,
it's
because
Hawaii.
it's Hawaii, and all their students are from freaking rich families, and they charge like
$1 million a square mile.
$40,000 or $50,000 per year per student.
So it's like the Seven Hills School of Hawaii.
I don't know the Seven Hills School
It's
School
a
compared
very,
to this place.
very expensive school here in Cincinnati.
It would be the
This court's not
Harvard
cooperating.
of high schools for all of the United
Of
States.
course, not
That's
cooperating.
what it would be. They're freaking crazy expensive. The instructors were very nice. The facilities were really awesome. We spent one day setting up the laser, training them how to use the laser, and then we did a little bit of resting and relaxing. Carol my wife couldn't adjust to the time shifts and barometric pressure and humidity. So she was
It's 5 hours difference.
6. So she felt really bad the first day, but after that she adjusted and everything's good. Helicopter ride.
Did you see
luau.
Did you see Gilligan's Island from the bluff there?
No, there actually is an island that somebody paid $500 million to buy the island. Then they paid another $500 million into doing renovations to the island, and that's a deal. That's a hell of a deal. If I would have had that option, I would have.
500 billion. So it's $1 billion for a little island.
Not a little island.
Yeah, that's a big.
It's a big island. That would be like a third the size of Maui, which is a damn big deal. A big island. But when you think of it, every property on Maui is.
My cousin lives on Halabea Bay, wherever that is, and Jack Johnson's her neighbor.
The minimum value for a property, we're talking about a quarter acre, eighth of an acre, is $500,000. Okay, so and they go up to maybe